Welcome to a day in the Word. Today's reading is Nehemiah chapter 3 through Nehemiah chapter 4. Nehemiah chapter 3. The name of the high priest was Eliashib. He and his brothers, the priest, went to work and built the sheep gate. They prayed to make that gate holy to God. They set its doors in place in the wall. The priest worked on the wall of Jerusalem as far as the Tower of the Hundred and the Tower of Hananel. They prayed to make all this work holy to God. The men from Jericho built the wall next to the priest, and Zakur, son of a man named Imri, built the wall next to the men of Jericho. The sons of a man named Hassaniah built the fish gate. They set the beams in place. They put doors on the building. Then they put the locks and bolts on the doors. Meremoth, son of Uriah, repaired the next section of the wall. Uriah was the son of Hekaz. Meshullam, son of Berechiah, repaired the next section of the wall. Berechiah was the son of Meshzabel. Zadok, son of Benah, repaired the next section of the wall. The men from Tekoa repaired the next section of the wall. But the leaders from Tekoa refused to work for Nehemiah, their governor. Joiada and Meshullam fixed the old gate. Joiada, the son of Pesai, and Meshullam is the son of Besodeiah. They set the beams in place. They put the doors on the hinges. Then they put the locks and bolts on the door. The men from Gibeon and Mizpah fixed the next section of the wall. Meltiah from Gibeon and Jadon from Meronoth did the work. Gibeon and Meronoth are places that are controlled by the governors of the area west of the Euphrates. Uzziel, son of Harhiah, repaired the next section of the wall. Uzziel was a goldsmith. Hananiah was one of the perfume makers. These men built and repaired Jerusalem as far as the broad wall. Rephaiah, son of Hur, repaired the next section of the wall. Rephaiah was the governor of half of Jerusalem. Jedaiah, son of Harumphah, repaired the next section of the wall. Jedediah repaired the wall next to his own house. Hattush, son of Hashabneiah, repaired the next section. Malchijah, son of Harim, and Hashub, son of Pahath Moab, repaired the next section. They also repaired Oven Tower. Shallum, son of Helohesh, repaired the next section of wall. His daughters helped him. Shallum was the governor of the other half of Jerusalem. The valley gate was repaired by Hanun and the people who lived in the town of Zanoah. They built the valley gate. They put the doors on their hinges. Then they put the locks and bolts on the doors. They also repaired 500 yards of the wall. They worked on the wall all the way to the gate of ash piles. Malchijah, son of Rechab, repaired the gate of ash piles. Malchijah was the governor of the district of Beth Haccherem. He repaired the gate. He put the doors on the hinges. Then he put the locks and bolts on the doors. Shalon, son of Kol Hoseh, repaired the fountain gate. Shallum was the governor of the district of Mizpah. He repaired the gate and put a roof over it. He put the doors on the hinges. Then he put the locks and bolts on the door. He also repaired the wall of the pool of Siloam, that is next to the king's garden. He repaired the wall all the way to the steps that go down from the city of David. Nehemiah, son of Azbuk, repaired the next section. This Nehemiah was the governor of half the district of Beth Zur. He made repairs up to a place that is across from the tombs of David, and he worked as far as the man-made pool and the house of heroes. The men from the tribe of Levi repaired the next section. They worked under Rehum, son of Bani. Hashabiah repaired the next section. Hashabiah was governor of half the district of Keilah. He made repairs for his own district. Their brothers repaired the next section. They worked under Binui, son of Henadad. Binui was the governor of the other half of the district of Keilah. Ezer, son of Jeshua, repaired the next section. Ezer was governor of Mizpah. He repaired the section of wall from the room for weapons to the corner of the wall. Baruch, son of Zabbai, repaired the next section. Baruch worked very hard and repaired the section of wall from the corner to the entrance to the house of Eliashib, the high priest. Meremoth, son of Uriah, the son of Hakaz, repaired the next section of wall from the entrance to Eliashib's house to the end of that house. The next section of walls was repaired by the priests who lived in that area. Benjamin and Heshub repaired the wall in front of their own house, and Azariah, son of Messiah, the son of Anaiah, repaired the wall next to his house. Buni, son of Henadad, repaired the section of wall from Azariah's house to the bend in the wall and then to the corner. Palal, son of Uzziah, worked across from the bend in the wall near the tower. This is the tower at the king's upper house. That is near the courtyard of the king's guard. Pedadiah, son of Perush, worked next to Palal. The temple servants lived on Ophel Hill. They repaired the next section all the way to the east side of the water gate and the tower near it. The men from Tekoa repaired the rest of that section from the big tower all the way to Ophel wall. The priests repaired the section over the horse gate. Each priest repaired the wall in front of his own house. Zadok, son of Immer, repaired the section in front of his house. Shemaiah, son of Shechaniah, repaired the next section. Shemaiah was the guard of the east gate. Hananiah, son of Shelemiah, and Hanun, son of Zelophehad, repaired the rest of that section of wall. Hanun was Zelophehad's sixth son. Meshullam, son of Berechiah, repaired the section in front of his house. Malchijah repaired the next section of wall all the way to the houses of the temple servants and the merchants. that is across from the inspection gate. Bilkijah repaired the section all the way to the room over the corner of the wall. Bilkijah was a goldsmith. The goldsmiths and the merchants repaired the section of wall from that corner to the sheep gate. Nehemiah chapter 4. When Sanballat heard that we were building the wall of Jerusalem, he was very angry and upset. He started making fun of the Jews. Sanballat talked with his friends and the army at Samaria and said, "What are these weak Jews doing? Do they think we will leave them alone? Do they think they will offer sacrifices? Maybe they think they can finish building in only one day. They cannot bring stones back to life from these piles of trash and dirt. These are just piles of ashes and dirt." Tobiah the Ammonite was with Sanballat. Tobiah said, "What do these Jews think they are building? If even a small fox climbed up on it, he would break down their wall of stones." Nehemiah prayed and said, "Our God, listen to our prayer. These men hate us. Sanballat and Tobiah are insulting us. Make bad things happen to them. Make them ashamed like people taken away as prisoners. Don't take away their guilt or forgive the sins they have done in your sight. They have insulted and discouraged the builders. We built the wall of Jerusalem all the way around the city, but it was only half as tall as it should be. We did this much because the people worked with all their heart. But Sanballat, Tobiah, the Arabs, and the Ammonites, and the men from Ashdod were very angry. They heard that the people continued working on the walls of Jerusalem. They heard the people were repairing the holes in the walls. So all these men got together and made plans against Jerusalem. They planned to stir up trouble against Jerusalem. They planned to come and fight against the city. But we prayed to our God, and we put guards on the walls to watch day and night so that we could be ready to meet them. And so at that time, the people of Judah said, "The workers are becoming tired. There is too much dirt and trash in the way. We cannot continue to build the wall." And our enemies are saying before the Jews know it or see us, we will be right there among them. We will kill them, and that will stop the work. Then the Jews living among our enemies came and said this to us 10 times. Our enemies are all around us. They are everywhere we turn. So I put some of the people behind the lowest places along the wall, and I put them by the holes in the wall. I put families together with their swords, spears, and bows. After looking over everything, I stood up and spoke to the important families, the officials, and the rest of the people. I said, "Don't be afraid of our enemies. Remember the Lord who is great and powerful. You must fight for your brothers, your sons, and your daughters. You must fight for your wives and your homes." Then our enemies heard that we knew about their plans. They knew that God ruined their plans. So we all went back to work on the wall. Everyone went back to their own place and did their part. From that day on, half of my men worked on the wall. The other half of my men were on guard, ready with spears, shields, bows, and arrows. The army officers stood behind all the people of Judah who were building the wall. The builders and their helpers had their tools in one hand and a weapon in the other hand. Each of the builders wore his sword at his side as he worked. The man who blew the trumpet to warn the people stayed next to me. Then I spoke to the leading families, the officials, and the rest of the people. I said, "This is a very big job, and we are spreading out along the wall. We are far from one another. So if you hear the trumpet, run to that place. We will all meet together there, and our God will fight for us." So we continued to work on the wall of Jerusalem, and half the men held spears. We worked from the first light of the morning until the stars came out at night. At that time, I also said this to the people: every builder and his helper must stay inside Jerusalem at night. Then they can be guards at night and workers during the day. So none of us took off our clothes. Not me, not my brothers, not my men, and not the guards. Each of us had our weapon ready at all times, even when we went to get water. Thank you for joining A Day in the Word Bible in a Year series. Please subscribe, like, comment, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell. Until next time, Shalom.